Hey, hey, my tribe. You guys are my tribe. Um, Someone asked me a question, and I said to her, well, let me just do a video so we can all get this. But the question was, how long, she said, she used the word deinstitutionalized, like how long will it take them to uh, not be institutionalized? And I would say it's a case by case basis. But doing my research, the longer they've been down, it's the longer it'll take. And sometimes it's going to take professional help. Uh, and some of the symptoms, just being transparent, some of the symptoms that, and although they may seem small, but it can turn to something big. And one of the things that when Kevin and I first got together, he had his own place and I had the home. And so he moved in with me. And prior to him moving in, I wasn't here. I worked overseas. And so everything, my motto was everything has its place. Nothing out of order. My home was just immaculate because nobody was here. But even when I was here, I kept it. Everything has its place. So one of the habits that he had was opening the cabinets and getting something out of it and not closing them back, or going into the drawers and getting something out of it and not closing it back. And the all-time pet peeve of any woman is leaving the toilet seat up. Okay. So I would shut the drawer. I would shut the cabinet. I would put the toilet seat down. And then one day I just put a nice little love note behind the toilet. Honey, can you please remember to put the toilet seat down? And so one day we were just discussing it, and I told him about the habit and said, did you notice that you do those things? And I said, I just go behind you and do it, because, and he said, no, he said, don't do it for me. He said, don't do it for me. He said, his exact words were, he said for me to tell him, say, Negro, shut that cabinet or shut that drawer. But I never wanted him to feel uncomfortable. So I would, I would do it. And then after he told me to tell him, I would remind him, hey, honey, you left the drawer open. Or, hey, honey, can you cut the light off in the room? Hey, honey, can you shut this or whatever? And then going into the third year, maybe latter part of the second year of the marriage, third year, he changed on me. I was no longer welcomed to remind him of those things. It was like he said, for almost 30 years, somebody was telling me what to do, and now you want to tell me what to do? Well, you told me to tell you, you know? But I just want to be sincere in saying this to you guys. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. I ain't going to sugarcoat it. It's not easy. And for some people living this fantasy world, like it's going to come, he going to come out and it's going to be, hey, hey, hey. Okay. It's not going to be like that because they have issues. They have issues. They have issues as a result of being incarcerated. And if my husband was man enough to tell me, baby, look, I need to go get me some help. It's some demons under my bed. Trust and believe your husband gonna have some demons up under his bed too. Now, whether you want to be naive or in denial, that's on you. But the realistic thing is it's real. They have some issues and it can affect the marriage. It can affect your marriage. Your husband gonna need some help. He's gonna need some help. So I just want you to be prepared. Start researching. Do a research on the psychological impact of incarceration. Do a research on can a boy become a man in prison. Do your homework. So you won't be sidetracked, caught off guard like I was. Do a research on arrested development. If he went in at 16 and he got out at 40, guess what? His mind is at 16 and his body is at 40. Do you some research. So you'll know for yourself. Because what has happened as thing occurs with us, with him changing, I never would have thought in 2014 when I married the man, in 2018 I would be here. I never would have thought that. I was ignorant going into this thing. Within 53 days we got married. I didn't consider the fact that he had been to prison. I didn't consider the fact that he had been locked up in segregation. I didn't consider the fact that, he had been gone so long. I didn't consider those facts. I had no knowledge of. But I'm in here now. And it ain't easy. We have good days. Sometimes we go months. Sometimes we go months without any friction. But when we hit, we hit. So I don't want you guys to think it's easy, because it's not. And there's a difference. Someone said, her husband been gone for 32 years, marriage have its ups and downs. You are absolutely right, my dear. But this is a different issue. Trust and believe, this is a different issue. So to the lady that sent me the question, I hope that I answered the question for you. There's some issues. There's some sides. Prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves. Okay. So this is Sheila, and I'm out. Thanks. Bye-bye.